Hello and welcome back to the World of Warcraft Legion beta. Today we will be taking a look at the Shaman specs. In this video in particular, we will be looking at the resto spec for Shamans. As you can see, I got my bars all set up and ready to go. We skipped the opening scenarios and things that we will be doing in the pre-patches, and we're right here into Dalaran in the
Need help?
In the Broken Isles. So, it is good to see you on your feet. The members of the Council of Six are recuperating from their ordeal. The intensity of the teleportation spell can be disorienting. It seems you lost consciousness for a time, but at least you didn't awaken to find yourself stuck in a wall. Dalaran has been relocated to the Broken Isles. From here, we will spearhead the effort to acquire the Pillars of Creation and drive the Legion from Azeroth once and for all. When you finish this quest, you'll be given a Dalaran Hearthstone, which is basically your new Garrison Hearthstone, and 5 Tomes of the Tranquil Mind, which are used to reset your talents out in the open world, in dungeons or in raids, as long as you are not in combat. So, as you can see, I don't have any quests available, and there's none. Well, actually, there is one right over here, but that's not what we're looking for. What we are looking, or maybe it is. I haven't done the Shamans before, so let's go take a look. Normally, they just run up to you.
Shaman, I have an urgent message.
Oh, apparently it is. Apparently this is where we pick up our Shaman quest. Usually you just run around town, but apparently for the Shamans you run over to...
What news?
Bald-headed Jesus. Our defeat at the Broken Shore was decisive. The Burning Legion has a foothold on Azeroth, and the best of our armies are retreating in tatters. The Elders of the Earthen Ring have called an emergency council near the heart of our world, the Maelstrom. Your triumphs throughout Azeroth and Draenor are the stuff of legend. We need you more than ever. Join me at the Maelstrom. Stormcaller Milra will be flying there shortly. Find her at Krasus' Landing here in Dalaran.
Never give in.
So, we'll head over to Krasus' Landing. For those of you who played in Wrath of the Lich King, or just WoW in general, will know it's just up here in the corner. We'll head out.
Over here, Shaman! We've no time to lose!
And hop on our Griffin. Now it's time to head to the Maelstrom, I'm assuming.
It's a massacre out there. All around the world, our forces fall back. Unless we find a way to turn this around, Azeroth will fall.
As you can see, I do have max draw distance on. Well, we couldn't really get a good look at it, but you can see a good portion of the Broken Isles from Dalaran.
The greatest shaman in the world are gathering below. What's left of them, that is.
Yes, we must strike back. But how?
We need weapons capable of overcoming the Legion.
Okay, we'll speak with Tarsier Nundo. Greetings,
Guide.
I am pleased you received Thrall summons. You can see there are no factions here. We are all that remain of the Earthen Ring, and we must struggle together, or surely we will perish alone. Survivors continue to make their way here from the four corners of Azeroth. See that their wounds are tended to. They need hope if they are to rejoin the fight. You must inspire them.
The Elements will never forsake us. There are ancient safeguards here.
What kind of shaman can't light a fire?
Shush, you!
The Legion destroys the
hands
same
be shaken!
Even Thunderblood isn't safe from the Infernals.
This thing is said useless for 10,000
You
years.
see? It's working. This world will fight for itself if we give it the tools to do so.
Help her! She's fading fast! Thank you, Shaman!
The Highlands are completely overrun. The clan is scattered.
Look out!
They followed us here.
I knew your clapback was too slow! My bird would have been quicker if she weren't hauling your fat ass.
We can fight this, but we must work together.
Your master has not won yet. I got this one, Shaman. Help the others. Hear my call. Are you the so-called World Shaman? Ah! You fight like a crippled bird!
Over here, Shaman. Take up my spear. The winds will guide your strike.
Bring it down.
It is ready! Everyone, focus on the pillar, quickly!
You will die! Your precious earthen ring will shatter! Your world will succumb! The Legion will...
Well,
The Doomhammer.
let's go talk to Green Jesus. He'll know what to do.
This is
Thank
our
you.
darkest
You saved
hour.
me. You saved us all. I was outmatched. My relationship with the elements has changed since the events on Draenor. I have some soul searching to do, as per usual. You must carry the earthen ring forward without me. You are the leader they need. Nobundo is right. Conventional tactics will not work against the Legion. The Broken Shore taught us that. We must scour the world for weapons to use against the Legion. The Doomhammer is missing and must be recovered. Reghar and Aranak have some other ideas as well. Whatever our course, we must act immediately. Speak with me to go over your options, but the final decision is yours. So,
We
click
must
that,
fight
and this will
together,
bring up our
or we will
UI
perish
to pick
alone.
what weapon we are going to, artifact weapon we're going to be using. At the beginning of the expansion, you will be able to go back at some point, I think it's 103 and 110, to be able to pick up the other two. So if you feel like you've made a choice that you're not too happy with, when you do hit a certain level, you can kind of respec. You do lose the artifact power that you have put into the other weapon, because you can't just switch it over from, let's say, resto to enhancement, but you will be able to start from scratch at eye level 750, which all the weapons start at, and move on. But for the purposes of this video, we're going for the restoration artifact Sharastal, Scepter of the Tides, and its Shield of the Sea Queen, which is your offhand. It is said that Queen Ashara wielded a scepter that had command over the sea and the waters of life. Aranak has long sought the location of the artifact, and one of his shaman was close to finding it when she disappeared. Has she found it? Could the legends be true? What could such an artifact do in the hands of a talented shaman?
The Legion will stop at nothing.
A good choice. There's no time to lose. Let us begin.
Aranak is familiar with the darkest depths of Azeroth's oceans. He will know how best to proceed.
Yes?
I assure you the legends are true. Sharastal, the Scepter of Tides, was forged around living waters of the Well of Eternity. A It gave Ashara dominion over life itself. I've sent shaman throughout the world looking for it, but the only one to ever find it has gone missing. Wave speaker Adele had said she had tracked the scepter to the ruins of Vashir, but we haven't heard from her since. Come with me to the ocean depths. Let's track our missing shaman and get that artifact.
Do
Oh
not
god.
come with me.
Oh, let's not.
The depths await. This way.
Oh, we're going to
I
Vashir.
spent many months in the depths of Ashir during the Cataclysm.
Well, you're about the only one. Christ, I hope so, because I hate this fucking place. Pardon my language, but this is my nightmare. Oh, I thought it was gonna bug out there. Thank God. Don't want to have to do this 3 times.
Our
Oh,
missing
here we are.
shaman, wave speaker Adelaide, had tracked the scepter of tides to this sunken city before she disappeared.
Very good. If you haven't been to this realm before, I have learned a trick or two to give you your sea legs, allowing you to breathe underwater for the duration of our mission here. Now let's find our missing shaman and the scepter she was looking for.
Find your center.
The shaman we seek is wave speaker Adele. Her research brought her down to these ancient ruins, where she reported Naga armies amassing prior to the Legion invasion. The last I had heard, she had located Sharastal, the Scepter of Tides, and then she went silent. Search for clues to her whereabouts among the lower level of the ruins. Beware the Naga patrols.
Keep a peaceful mind.
Okay, well, let's get moving and get the hell out of here as fast as we can. I hope they finally found some use for this city. Ooh, a sea giant. It's not okay. It's 3-dimensional patrols. They're everywhere. The good thing about the healing specs is they do deal a fair bit of damage now, so you're not sitting there spamming one button over and over again and feeling like you're not getting anything done. See, we deal quite a bit of damage. Oh, our friend didn't want to help us there, just wanted to run past, get that done. How nice. See, we deal quite a bit of damage.
Adelaide spoke of a powerful wavestone. I see now what she meant. The auras surrounding the stone would cloak one's movements from Neptulon, allowing the Naga to slip into his domain undetected.
I mean, I do have to say they do a good job with making this look very pretty, but at the same time, the underwater feel really starts to get to me after a while. Are we going this way? I'm not quite sure where we're supposed to go. Maybe over here? Well, it kind of shows it up there. Maybe we have to go around. We'll find out. Let's see, is it over this way? Possible. Yeah, it looks like we're heading in the right direction. Seems to be a mob that was just chasing someone. There's a couple other people doing this quest, so it looks like we're in the right spot. Oop. Well, we'll fight that in a second. Let me click on this. clicked on it, but it didn't seem to take. Let's go click on this again.
It is fortunate that Adelie's journal is written in waterproof squid ink. It will detail her search for the scepter. I will need time to look this over. Bring it to me.
Let's head this way to the last of the clues. We'll follow our Tauren shaman friend, who's also on the quest. Hopefully, there won't be too many people here lagging everything up. I know some of the parts, if you're on the same quest, you'll be able to play with other players, but sometimes they don't think of everything and you get a bottleneck. Oh, I guess we're killing this gentleman. Let's heal our friend up, as well as ourselves. Oh, never mind. She's Horde. Okay, I'm dumb. All right.
That is Wave Speaker Adelie's staff. It is attuned to the Abyssal Maw. Perhaps Sharisdal is in there? I warned her not to go there alone.
I'm assuming that that's where we'll be heading. I've never done this before, so I'm learning all about this as we go. I'll be better, obviously, in the enhancement. And the, actually, well, the enhancement and the elemental, I'm assuming, won't be in the same zone, so, I will not get better, but I'll get better as we go along through this. Not used to,
All the
playing in
clues
Vashj'ir.
indicate that Adelie tracked the scepter into the Abyssal Maw. The trail is easy to follow. Perhaps too easy. We may be walking into a trap. Hello, friend.
You report your findings to Aranak, who listens distractedly while flipping through the journal you located. So, the Naga have conscripted sea giants to their cause. This is disturbing. Adele's journal confirms my fears. The Naga have infiltrated the Abyssal Maw once again, and this time they have a powerful weapon with them, Sharisdal. Our task is clear. Wave Speaker Adele tracked Sharisdal to the throne of the tides within the Abyssal Maw, then disappeared. If we go after her, we are almost certainly walking into a trap, but the elements are with us, my friend. The Naga will not expect a shaman of your caliber. Swim to the throne of the tides, to the northwest within the abyssal depths. I will join you once you are inside. Let's find our missing shaman and get that artifact.
Maine should make our way to the throne of tides within the Abyssal Maw, where this scepter awaits. We must be careful. I fear Neptulon's realm may be compromised.
Okay, so I guess we're walking there. Would be what's happening. I'm just gonna start swimming there, just to save some time because it appears that's what we're supposed to do. Why couldn't they have just made a portal? We get to see all the cool stuff around here. I forget what that's supposed to be over there. If that's like an old god or a faceless. It's super creepy looking. Yeah, that's gross. Okay. And I'm guessing this is its blood spilling from those tentacles. Maybe. Possibly. Who knows? Who the hell knows? Only Blizzard knows. I think that was the, where the raid was supposed to be as well. That was supposed to be the underwater raid until they realized everyone hated Vashj'ir, or at least a large portion of people hated Vashj'ir. And then they just kind of left it. We're making our way down to the Throne of the Tides, which was the Cataclysm 5-man dungeon that, if I recall correctly, only had a quest if you happened to do the entire zone, and then it gave you the quest for it. There's little whirlpool. I haven't been here in a very long time. I actually only did this zone on the first character I played in Cataclysm, and then I never touched it again. So, okay, we're heading right into the middle of this. And it just got super dark and very blue. Kind of hard on the eyes, I have to say. Could just be how I have my monitors set up, but it's really, really blue. Was there something here at some point? Am I missing something? Or is this the way it always looked? I thought the Throne of the Tides was over there. Or is this where the Abyssal Maw always was? Oh, this is where we were saving Thrall from, wasn't it? At one point. Like, Thrall was right here. And we had to walk around fighting these 85 mobs. Yeah, I remember this now. Alright, I guess we're going into the middle. Doesn't really make it that clear, although that's where the center is, so, well. Oh. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Okay, we're heading this way. There's also a portal over there from the looks of it. Okay, we're heading in here.
The Naga are tormenting that sea giant. How should we proceed?
Well, we gotta heal him up, I'm assuming. A lot of these healer scenarios, you'll do quite a bit of healing. So, you'll get these giants like Grash in here. We'll heal him up, and he'll probably help us along the way.
Fear not, my enormous friend. The earthen ring is here.
So let's get him
We mean you no harm, giant.
healed up quite a bit.
They control us. They kill.
Shaman, speak with him. Perhaps we can gain a new ally down here.
Got him healed back to full. I am Grash, son of Gralashar, the snake witch controls us with magic stick. Those who fight, she takes away to kill. Have you come to kill Snake Witch? We won't read all of this. You kill Snake Witch, you will take away magic stick? Yes, Grash will help.
Well done, my friend.
I got
He
the
has seen
magic
our
stick.
missing shaman and the artifact we seek.
What's he doing?
Now we must find a way through this ice barrier.
He's a tank. Okay, so Grash is our tank. He just picked up a sword and or club and a shield. He's ready to go.
Well, that will do.
There's the Snake Witch. Zithreni.
The giant has seen
Zithreni, a
Sharstal,
Tidecaller, maybe?
the scepter of tides. We are close.
Oh, there she is up there. The
Keep him
moistener.
alive, and he will protect us.
You can see they do take quite a bit of damage. You have to kind of mix your spells up. Healing Wave and Healing Surge, which are both still your abilities, they do the exact same amount of healing.
What are Ashara's minions doing to this place?
I don't know if it's supposed to be that way or if it changes as you level up. We'll be able to find out as Legion comes out a little more, but one just casts faster, so if you need to get a lot of healing out quick.
It's here. I found it. They're using it to whip creatures of this realm into a frenzy.
this was a mistake. Oh, this is tough. Probably a better idea to not attack this guy and have him attack. Ooh. Oh, I'm dead. Well, that was unfortunate. Huh. As you can tell, this is not going so well for me. One of the things they have not fleshed out here is if you do end up pulling aggro on these healer scenarios and you pull it off the tank that's supposed to be in your group, one of the tank NPCs,
Charastel is held by Lady Zithrain.
you do
She
get
was
shit on
using me
pretty
as
hard.
bait. We should turn back. This whole realm is a trap.
You underestimate the shaman I have brought.
So, that's a little bit unfortunate. I do apologize for those deaths there, but as you can see, it becomes significantly difficult if you happen to pull the aggro towards yourself. Trying to heal your tank NPC, who is not by any means optimized, and yourself at the same time, even though you have a lot of things at your disposal, it becomes a little different. A better player might have an easier time, but I'm not proficient on Resto Shaman by any means.
Something is near. Something big.
Yes, you're supposed to talk. Oh, we have to ask him. There is Snake Man in next room. Big Snake Man. Crash can smell the fish breath.
Yup.
If the scepter is here, this may be our only chance to capture it and turn its power against the Legion.
Alright, now we gotta kill Krallis.
Little bitty person.
Oops. Well, that goes off fast. Get some chain heals rolling here. They do take a lot of damage, and so do we. Oops, wrong button. And sometimes you don't have the choice to kind of stop and heal back up, so it can get a little bit rough. Luckily, though, it seems we have a bit of a chance to heal our friends back up. Oh, I guess we're going to bubble up. Let's get some mana back here, heal our buddy to full, and we'll head up. Pretty cool animation there. Alright, running through the gauntlet.
Little bitty person.
Zithrain Zithrin is trying to crush us beneath the waves!
Shaman, lead Grash forward. He can act as a breakwater for us. Sharistal, the Scepter of Tides is steeped in legend. Through its power, Ashara enabled her farmers to live in the sea.
Is he gonna go?
Is it dangerous?
It has dominion of the waters of Azeroth, the very stuff of life. In the right hands, it could be a font of healing instead of corruption.
Okay, friend, lead the way. I guess we go and then he follows. Not quite 100% sure how this is supposed to work. But it appears.
Sharisdal is mine, for the glory of my queen alone!
Okay, so we just run ahead and then they follow behind.
Lady Zithrin is in the throne room beyond.
Hello, Grash.
Little bitty person.
Time to break the wall, bud. We gotta go in here and get our weapon.
Your cause is hopeless, Sea Witch. No matter how you bend the elements to your will, they will never truly serve you.
Okay, so in that instance where she uses control thoughts, you'll just wind shear the boss to kind of break that.
Little bitty person.
It's over, Zithrin. Tell us, what did Ashara plan to do with this realm?
I will tell you nothing!
Well then, I guess we're done talking here.
Now!
Take up the scepter, Shaman. You have earned it.
Okay, well that was the kind of an anticlimactic ending. The giant just picks her up and crushes her. But here's Sharistal. We'll go ahead and pick it up.
Feel its power coursing through you, Shaman. The waters that Ashara tried to turn against us are now yours to command.
Magic stick!
Come, let us return to the others.
I never thought I would someday long for the peace and quiet of the Maelstrom.
We're supposed to have our ability show up on our bars, but it didn't. I don't know where it went. so we'll have to wait, I guess. So we'll take the bubble back to the Maelstrom now. And we'll speak with Stormcaller Milra.
I was born to
So
fly.
the legends of the Scepter of the Tides were true. It lifts our spirits to have such a powerful artifact in the hands of the Earthen Ring.
May the
Speak with
ancestors
Nabundo and
watch
take
over
your place around the circle. The Earthen Ring will rise again with you as its leader. Within these stones stands a legendary Heart of Azeroth, which we can use as a base of operations. Perhaps the power of your artifact can unseal the hidden chambers.
We stand at the precipice of oblivion, but we do not stand alone. Come forward, Shaman. Do not give up.
The elements have chosen you as their champion. The artifact you wield is proof. It is your destiny to lead the Earthen Ring against the Burning Legion. We need you. Do you accept this burden?
Take your place among the circle, Farseer. The Earthen Ring is forged anew, and with it, we rekindle hope for this world. You are the chosen defender of Azeroth. May your wisdom guide this circle to victory, and may the power of the weapon you wield crush those who would bring chaos to this land.
Step this way, Farseer. The Torrent tell of hidden chambers below that may serve as a base of operations.
Of course. Green Jesus is not here. He's off saving the world, plotting and scheming. Okay, and then you just click on these rocks and they fall down.
I am
The
listening.
Earthen Ring rises once more to defend Azeroth. You will be our Farseer, and we will be your instruments. Only by working together can we preserve our world. We are yours to command, Farseer.
Remember. Come closer.
Can you
and
feel it,
speak.
Shaman? Here in the heart of Azeroth, where earth and wind and waves clash together, it is as if one can speak directly with the world. The artifact you wield has this great power, but even greater potential. Carry it below and seek out the ancient elemental altar overlooking the fury of the Maelstrom. From there, you can commune with Azeroth and imbue your artifact with even greater abilities. Do so, and then share with me what you have learned.
With faith, there is a way.
So let's head on down into our class hall. This is the Heart of Azeroth. This is where you will spend a good deal of your time in the expansion instead of particularly in Dalaran or something like that. Okay, we found our quartermaster for later, and this is probably where we'll be coming in just a few minutes. Here is our portal to Dalaran. So if you ever need to go back to Dalaran, you'll click on this portal, and there'll be a portal back, of course. So I do want to point out, as you can see at the top of our bar here, we do have a little bit of a UI that shows up, showing our order resources and telling you that you are indeed in your class hall. Your order resources are used as they are for your garrison right now. You'll be able to send off missions that are pertaining to lore and also giving you some minor things like our extra artifact power, etc. You do want to make sure that you're collecting this and saving up your order resources because you will be using them a lot later on for your class hall upgrades. Let's see if that vendor is available for us to see. It's not over here. We'll kind of take a little bit of a look around. That's where we'll be going to imbue our weapon. What's down here? Some more protectors, kind of a well. What's that? It's just an NPC. A Shaman trainer. Here's our training dummies, which we'll come at. Oh, I could probably just jump on my mount here. We'll head over. I don't see the vendor necessary to show the class hall upgrades, which is kind of unfortunate. It probably unlocks a little bit longer, or a little bit later down the line. So, real quick, I will explain what the class hall upgrades are. Class hall upgrades, you will be prompted at certain times, all the way up until 110, to come back here to your class hall and use your class hall upgrades. They give you basic things like, some of them are some of the ones that I know specifically you'll have is one of your 3 seals per week you're able to obtain through your class hall. That's basically how you re-roll, or how you get a bonus roll in raids to get an extra piece of gear, so that's always useful. There are ones that allow you to have a higher success chance on maybe your first mission of the day that you send off with your class hall champions and your minions. And then all the way at the bottom of that, which takes 14 days for you to be able to finish once you actually get all the way to the bottom, is for you to equip 2 of your legendaries. So you want to make sure you're keeping on top of these and you're getting them as fast as possible. Especially if you're a raider, make sure you got that time down as soon as you're able to start the next one and have enough order resources to do so. But I'll show you. This is in your adventure guide. In your loot tab, it shows you your restoration legendaries that you're able to wear. And as you can see, they are super powerful. Having 2 of them really increases not only your item level, but the power of whether you're healing in this particular case. As you can see, these gloves are level 895. They're all item level 895. And this in particular increases the duration of healing stream, totem, healing tide totem, and spirit link totem by 20%. The stats on these are insane. Standing still causes you to send deep roots into the ground, healing you for 4% of your maximum health every 3 seconds. There's tons of these. Allies within your healing range receive 10% increased healing from all your other healing spells. So you really want to get that class order hall upgrades done as fast as possible. So you can have 2 of these if you're planning on raiding. If not, don't worry too much about it. I would try and keep an eye on it, but if you're not really worried about getting 2 of these as fast as possible, that's not that big of a deal. I do want to point out you will get class followers just like you had in your garrison. Those are used for the missions, and there's also bodyguards. I think there's either 2 or 3 of them for every single class that will follow you out in the open world when you're doing world quests and such. You want to keep them with you at all times. They won't follow you into dungeons or raids though, but they're super useful to have with you, and they're usually major lore characters. I don't know particularly who the shamans will have, but I'm assuming you may have Nabundo or Drekthar. You can see Drekthar sitting right over here. He might end up being one of the people that you're able to take as a bodyguard or use for your class hall missions. You're kind of spoon-fed them, and I think later on there's some that you have to actually go out and do something to get, but it's pretty straightforward. It's not like in Warlords of Draenor where you gotta go do this achievement and that achievement and buy them, and it's not that bad. So, alright, well, let's head over here to our altar, and we'll click on it.
I have many wares.
Let's just get off our mount first. There we go. This is the UI that will pop up every time you come to your altar to show you the artifact power. Let's put Gift of the Queen on our bar so we actually have it there and I don't forget about it. As you can see, we get a use ability when we equip the item when we have it in our hands. It's called Gift of the Queen. It's a 1.78 second cast on a 45-second cooldown, healing up to 6 injured allies within 12 yards for 27,228, and also increasing their maximum health by 10% for 6 seconds. That leads to Grace of the Sea, a 1-rank passive, increasing all healing we do by 6%. You can see that costs 100 artifact power, and Blizzard, for the purposes of this tutorial, give us 100 artifact power to start. So we'll go ahead and click that, and as you can see, that's going to open all the other traits that are available to us in our weapon. You can see here at the top we have 3 golden dragon portraits. These are super powerful traits that we're trying to work towards. They all have kind of different uses. One might be really good in PvE. I'm not saying in particular, but usually one is really good for AoE, one's good for single target, one might be, kind of a passive maybe for your, I'm guessing this one here, which we'll look at, is for our totems. But we'll take a look at them all now. As you can see, these that spread out from our first trait that we just purchased cost 300 artifact power. They have 3 ranks, and they will go up in percentages of 10 for this one in particular. Tidal Chains. Tidal Waves reduces cast time and increases critical effect chance by an additional 10%. So that would go up to 30%. once we have this at max rank. As of right now, I do believe each of these ranks will cost 300 artifact power. Then we move on to our next trait. The next trait will go up significantly in cost for artifact power. Okay, let's get moving and we'll look at all of these. Buffeting Waves, a 3 rank passive, increasing healing done by Healing Wave and Healing Surge by 5%. We have Wave Crash, a 3 rank passive, increasing the rate at which Healing Stream Totem heals by 10%. We have Queen Ascendant, a 3 rank passive. Your direct heal criticals reduce the cast time of your next heal by 5%. Let's look at our first special one, Queen's Decree, a 1 rank passive. Healing Stream Totem heals each affected ally for an additional 8,658 over 6 seconds. So on top of the heal, it'll put a hot on them. Caress of the Tide Mother, a 3 rank passive. Casting Healing Stream Totem reduces all damage you take by 3% for 10 seconds. We have Refreshing Currents, a 1 rank passive, increases mana refunded by Resurgence by 50% when Chain Heal critically heals. We have Ghost in the Mist, a 3 rank passive, reduces all damage you take while Ghost Wolf is active by 1%, increasing by another 1% for every 1 second, stacking up to 6 times and lasting 6 seconds once fully stacked. We have Pull of the Sea, a 3 rank passive, increases healing done by Riptide by 5%. We have Empowered Droplets, a 3 rank passive, increasing healing done by healing Rain and its critical strike chance by 2%. And here's our second special one. We have Tidal Pools. It's a 1 rank passive. Riptide has a chance to summon a tidal totem at the target's location, which heals nearby allies for 10,101 over 6 seconds. And we have Sense of Urgency, a 1 rank passive, increases all healing you do during heroism by 25%. Over here we have Servant of the Queen, a 1 rank passive, reduces the cooldown of Reincarnation by 10 minutes. After using Reincarnation, you take 80% less damage for 6 seconds. Be aware that as of now these do not work in PvP. So if you were going, oh man, these sound great for PvP, they don't work in PvP. So Floodwaters is also a 3 rank passive, increasing the critical strike chance of Chain Heal by 3%. And our final trait here, Cumulative Upkeep. Sorry, I about ate my tongue there. This is a 1 rank passive. Every time your Healing Tide heals an ally, that ally gains 10% increased healing received from your Healing Tide, stacking up to 7 times. Up here you can see we have some slots. This one will not open up until you finish your Class Order Hall campaign, which usually takes a little while into 110 before you finish that up. For these here, you'll get them through questing, through dungeons, and through raids. You'll be able to stick them in. They add item levels to both your main hand and your offhand. Passively, they will also add ranks to your traits. So if you have, let's just for instance, you have 3 of 3 Empowered Droplets, and this adds 2, you'll have 5 of 3. So this would go up to 10% rather than 6%. Once you have put something in one of these slots, it cannot be taken back out. So if you are going to put something new over top of that, make sure it is a choice that you are wanting to make and not something that you are wanting to test, because the relic that is inside is destroyed upon putting something in over top of it. Here in the top left corner you can see we have a 1. This is based off of how many traits we have purchased. We have purchased 1 so far, excluding, of course, Gift of the Queen, which is what we're given just by equipping the item. So for every point that we put in, we will gain a passive of 0.75 extra stamina and 1% increased damage dealt, and this goes up to 34 traits. So we can have 34% increased damage and roughly close to that in stamina. I don't know what the exact number would be for that with 0.75%, but you get the idea. We'd be roughly close. We have a lot more damage, so the more points you put in, the better you're going to be able to handle yourself while you're, doing world quests. You won't be gimped per se while you're trying to do things. I do want to point out also, you can open this UI by shift right clicking in your character pane. There we go. You can bring this up anywhere in the world. You can put relics in at any point in the world. It doesn't matter where you are. You just open this up, put your relic in, move on. But you cannot add artifact power unless you are right here at the Ancient Elemental Altar. So you do have to come back to your class order hall for that. I would suggest not coming back here every single time you have enough just to purchase one trait. I would finish up maybe a zone, then when you're called to come back here through quests, come over to the altar and put your points in. But I wouldn't suggest just hearthing to Dalaran, coming back here, putting points in, heading back into the world. If that's the way you like to play, I mean, that's fine, but it does get a bit tedious to come back here every 20 minutes. Okay, now that we've taken a look at that, that is our weapon. Let's get a good look at it on our character model. There's our shield. Shield's pretty nice. I like it. I like the shield a lot. It kind of gives that resto feel, and the weapon has kind of a almost Old War feel to it. They look really cool. Mind you, there are transmogs for these that you're able to obtain through certain things. I haven't gone through and done a lot of that on the beta myself, but I know you'll be able to get some of them through doing raids, through doing dungeons, through achievements, purchasing them. So there's many different ones you can get. I know they showed them off at BlizzCon a few years ago. So keep an eye out for that. You will be able to change this, and you can change them into whatever you want as well. So if you really don't like the look of these and you're a Resto Shaman, you can transmog them into whatever your favorite transmog is that you've had for years. You know, if you have a shield and a one-hander that you like a hell of a lot better, you can just do that. It doesn't matter. All right, so let's head back over to Farseer Nabundo and talk to him once again.
I am listening.
I sense that your work here has only begun. As you get more familiar with your artifact, you will be able to continue augmenting its power, meaning coming back here with the artifact power. The others are watching you carefully. You have become a symbol of hope in our struggle against the Legion. We Shaman under your command will aid your efforts against the Legion. You may direct your actions here. Seek out Advisor Seville just to the south and locate the scouting map from which you can direct your followers. We will also indicate on the scouting map various hotspots around the Broken Isles that require your attention. Azeroth needs you, Farseer. Visit the scouting map and choose our first point of attack.
The elements will never forsake.
Okay, so this scouting map you'll become familiar with. You won't use it. I don't think you'll really use it past 110 unless they add something to it. But as you can see, it's a little UI. We go ahead and click on it. Got a little bit of lag there. And this will pop up. This is you'll do this for every zone that you end up visiting, except Suramar, of course. Suramar, or maybe actually you do for Suramar as well when you hit 110. I'm not quite sure, but this is Suramar. This is a 110 zone, so we don't have to worry about that right now, nor any of this down here. As you can see, we can pick from Stormheim, High Mountain, Val'sharah, and Azuna. They're all great zones. I've played to 110 on a couple of characters now to this point, so they're all a lot of fun. They're all really good. They're all rich in story. Some a little bit more than others, but I'll leave that to your imagination. You'll get to pick and choose which one you like the best. They all also level with you, so it does not matter if you start in Azuna or Stormheim or High Mountain or Val'sharah, you will level with the zone, and the zone will level with you as well. So, that just closed for no reason. So if you start in Stormheim, and hit 101, all the mobs in Stormheim, High Mountain, Val'sharah, and Azuna will now be 101. So it doesn't matter what level you are for any of these zones. Also, if you have a friend who is a 103 per se, let's say, and you're 105, all the mobs will show to your specific level for both characters. So as long as you're in the same phase in these zones, you can still play together. It does not matter that you are the same level. It doesn't change anything other than kind of the difficulty for you in particular, and also the difficulty doesn't really seem to change too much until you hit 110, and then the zones become significantly more difficult than it does during the leveling process for the world quests. So for the purposes of this, we're just going to pick Stormheim and accept, because we're not going to actually be heading there, and we head back to Farseer Nabundo, who would tell us what
This
to do
astral
next.
portal will return you to Dalaran whenever you wish, Farseer. I will keep it open so that you may return here anytime.
A sound decision, Farseer. Behind me, I've opened up an astral portal to Dalaran to help our people move quickly between our base of operations in the Broken Isles. Step through to return to Dalaran. You may always use the portal to travel back here whenever you need augment your artifact, or command your followers. May the elements guide you, Farseer.
Remember.
Okay, so to start on our way, we would head back through this portal into Dalaran, which we're not going to do now, and then you would be prompted to get your quest going, and it would send you to your first zone, which in our case would have been Stormheim. Whatever you choose, though, it will have a different starter quest. Okay, over here are the Earthen Ring Quartermaster.
You are in for a treat.
You can see here that we do have a set available to us. It's called the Farseer set. We're going to go ahead and show what it looks like so that everybody can kind of have an idea. I think I clicked on everything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I clicked on everything. So, okay, this is what the Farseer set would look like. It looks fantastic. Yeah. I'll leave that up to you to decide. This is not my favorite looking set, but this will be really good if you are playing a Shaman as an alt, if you don't have any plans on playing it as your main. If you're playing it as your main, you're probably going to get a lot better gear than these set pieces through doing dungeons and mythics, and even the raids as their item levels are fairly low. As you can see, they go from 810 all the way up to 840 on the epic pieces. They do have their own set bonuses, which I'll hold here for just a second if you want to pause the video and take a look at the set bonuses. I'm not going to talk too in depth about them. But you can upgrade, as you see with order resources. We have the ability to upgrade with these armor kits, which are the same as they are in Warlords of Draenor. You just click on them and click on the piece of gear you want to upgrade, all the way to the epic 840, so you can have this entire set at 840. If you don't plan or have time for raiding, you can have yourself a nice set of gear until you can find more time to do some of the higher tiers of this expansion's content. And as you can see too, we have some toys that are available to us that you can buy. They're relatively cheap, 50 gold. Some of these are old glyphs and stuff like that they made into little toys. And some of them are just flavor things. You can see here too, if you don't have the items to, let's say, go and do the enhancement shaman quest, and you want to buy 2 maces, it's got 2 740 maces that you can buy, and eventually go and do the shaman quest, the enhancement shaman quest to get the Doom Hammer. So that's that there. There's nothing really else here to show that's important for us to talk about. You will be prompted. Puzzle Master Low, what is this guy?
You have the eyes of one who has traveled much.
The object of this exercise is to transform all the totems to water totems. Simply touch a totem to invoke it. Okay.
Family.
It's like a mini game or something. But there's nothing really here that we're able to look at the moment. As you can see, there's someone here, Keeper of Legends. You'll be prompted to do a lot of different things. There will be like kind of a garrison mission table, if you will, that you'll be able to click on. It's not necessarily a table, but you get the idea. That you'll be able to come to and send off your missions and stuff, and then there's a few other things, but they'll spoon feed that to you as you go. I'm trying to find our training dummies. They'll spoon feed that to you as you go, and some of it is very heavy on the spoilers, so I don't want to get too far into that. Where were the training dummies? I know we saw them. Oh, here they are. They just hadn't loaded in yet. Okay, as you can see, these are the healing dummies. Here, where are the damage ones? I don't see them. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. Where in the world are the training dummies? Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll take a look at our talents. Since we've been wasting a little bit of time here, we'll take a look at the talents for Restoration. In the 15 tier, we have Undulation, a passive where every third healing wave or healing surge you cast heals for an additional 50%. We have Unleash Life, which we know from being on live. 1600 mana cost, instant cast with a 15-second cooldown. Unleashes elemental force of life, healing a friendly target for 18,039, and increasing the effect of the shaman's next direct heal by 30%. Then we have Torrent, a passive which increases the initial heal from Riptide by 40%. In the 30 tier, we have Gust of Wind. A gust of wind hurls you forward, instant cast, and on a 15-second cooldown. we have Graceful Spirit, another passive, reducing the cooldown of Spirit Walker's Grace by 60 seconds and increases your movement speed by 20% while it is active, and increasing your movement speed in Ghost Wolf by an additional 10%. And then we have Wind Rush Totem. Instant cast with a 40-yard range on a 2-minute cooldown, summons a totem at the target location for 15 seconds, continually granting all allies who pass within 10 yards 60% movement speed for 5 seconds. In the 45 tier, we have Lightning Surge Totem. This costs 3,200 mana. It is an instant cast with a 45-second cooldown. Summons a totem at the target location that gathers electrical energy from the surrounding air, and then explodes after 2 seconds to stun all enemies within 8 yards for 5 seconds. Earth Grab Totem, 3,200 mana, 30-second cooldown, and its instant cast summons a totem at the target location for 20 seconds. The totem pulses every 2 seconds, rooting all enemies within 10 yards for 5 seconds. Enemies previously rooted by the totem instead suffer 50% movement speed reduction. And then a Voodoo Totem, which will replace Hex, 3,200 mana, instant cast on a 30-second cooldown. It summons a totem at the target destination for 10 seconds. The totem hexes all enemies within 8 yards into frogs which are incapacitated and unable to attack or cast spells. Damage or leaving the area will interrupt the effect. In the 60 tier, we have Crashing Waves, a passive where Riptide grants an additional charge of tidal waves. Ancestral Guidance, another instant cast on a 2-minute cooldown for the next 10 seconds. 20% of your damage and healing is converted to healing on up to 3 nearby injured party or raid members. And then we have Deluge, another passive. Chain Heal heals for an additional 20% on targets within your healing reign or affected by your Riptide. In the 75 tier, we have Ancestral Protection Totem. This is a cool one. This costs 3,520 mana on a 5-minute cooldown and is an instant cast. This will summon a totem at the target location for 30 seconds. All allies within 20 yards of the totem gain 10% increased health. If an ally dies, the totem will be consumed to allow them to reincarnate with 20% health and mana. This cannot reincarnate an ally who dies to massive damage. So let's say a tank gets hit, he's getting low, you're unable to keep him up, you throw his totem on the ground, the totem will pick him up and he'll be able to, basically it's a battle res, so it's pretty cool. I like this one. We have Earthen Shield Totem. This costs 3,520 mana on a 1-minute cooldown, and it's an instant cast, which summons a totem with 326,520 health at your feet for 15 seconds. 6,807 damage from each attack against allies. Yes, 6,807 damage from each attack against allies within 10 yards of the totem is redirected to the totem. And then we have Ancestral Vigor, another passive. He targets your heal with Healing Wave, Healing Surge, Chain Heal, or Riptide's initial heal. Gain 10% increased health for 10 seconds. In the 90 tier, we have Bottomless Depths, a passive where Resurgence also triggers when you heal a target below 60% health. We have Cloudburst Totem, 2,752 mana cost, instant cast on a 30-second cooldown. This summons a totem at your feet for 15 seconds that collects power from all of your healing spells. When the totem expires or dies, the stored power is released, healing all injured allies within 40 yards for 30% of all healing done while it was active, divided evenly among targets. Casting this spell a second time recalls the totem and will release the healing. So you can pop this early. If everybody's getting too low and you don't have time to wait for it to actually pop. And then we have Echo of the Elements, a passive where Riptide, Healing Stream Totem, and Lava Burst now have 2 charges. Other effects that reset the remaining cooldown will instead grant 1 charge. In addition, when you consume a charge of Tidal Waves, you have a 10% chance to generate a charge of Riptide. In the 100 tier, we have Ascendance, instant cast on a 3-minute cooldown, transform into a Water Ascendant for 15 seconds, causing all healing you deal to be duplicated and distributed evenly among nearby allies. And we have Wellspring. This costs 11,200 mana. It's got a 30-yard range. It's a 1.34 second cast on a 20-second cooldown. Creates a surge of water that flows forward, healing all friendly targets in a wide arc in front of you for 21,646. And then finally we have High Tide, another passive. A Chain Heal bounces to 1 additional target. and its fall off with each bounce is reduced by half. Okay, so we've taken a look at our talents now. You've got kind of an idea. I do want to point out, let me bring this open one more time. This is not the best spec. I did not min-max. I just picked what I thought would look cool, what was fun, what would mimic or mask my terrible play. It obviously didn't work out because I'm dumb while we were doing the scenario. But this is not the best. In a few weeks when this goes live, when the talent changes and the spell changes go live, give it a try. You know, try things out. Don't think that this is the best that you should go with. This is just what I picked for the purposes of our video. Okay, so let's look at some of the spells we have. We're given Farsight. Farsight is still an ability that we have. We have Ghost Wolf, which obviously has not changed. Here's Wellspring. I do want to show the animation for that, so let me go ahead and pop that. Oop. Swing around here, get a good look at us. This is what Wellspring will look like. Kind of sends a little wave out in front of us, kind of in an arc. In front of us. Hits everyone and will heal. Then we have Astral Shift. This is instant cast on a 1.5 minute cooldown. Shift partially into the elemental planes, taking 40% less damage for 8 seconds. That's all that does. It's kind of like Fade. Here is Gust of Wind. We'll show you what that looks like. This is what... Oop, I'm hitting the wrong button. I apologize. There you saw. Got a nice look of how wide the arc on Wellspring is. But here's Gust of Wind. Boom. This is kind of our get the hell out. I forgot to move button. Our Healing Stream Totem hasn't changed. Healing Tide Totem as well has not changed. Our Spirit Link Totem, as you can see when we click it, we pick where we want to put it. So, as you can see, our healing training dummies are being healed up. If we go ahead and put this here, you can see the Spirit Link Totem affecting them. Heroism has not changed, same as it's always been. Looks pretty cool. You get kind of big. Spirit Walker's Grace we still have. We talked about that. It's on a 2-minute cooldown. It costs 4,500 mana. This is what it looks like when you cast it. You'll have a little thing below you, and obviously we can cast heals while we're running. Kind of useful for those periods when we need to be moving quickly. We still have Purge. Purge is no different. We have Ancestral Vision. This is your AoE resurrection. So this will res this is mass res, essentially. We do have a regular resurrection that's targetable, and then we have this as well. This is Gift of the Queen. This heals up to 6 injured allies. Let's go ahead and take a look at what it looks like. So it's a targeted ability, as you can see when we click the ability. Let's see the animation. That was pretty cool. It looks like a little burst of water comes out of the ground, and as you can see, it also put a hot on them. So that was neat. I like that. It's going to be helpful. Riptide. We still have Riptide. Let's take a look. Still has the same animation as it does on live. It heals for 25,255 rather, an additional 24,266 over 18 seconds. Do remember, I am talented for this to heal for more on the initial heal, so that's why it heals for more on the initial. Then we have Chain Heal. Heals a friendly target for 28,863, then jumps to the most injured nearby member. Healing is reduced by 30% after each jump. Heals a total of 4 targets. Also, you can talent this, so I think the healing is reduced by 15% instead of 30. But here is Chain Heal. Has not changed, as you can see. We have Healing Wave, healing for 34,273. We'll look at it one more time so we can actually see its animation. Boom, nothing really. A little bit of stuff comes out. Nothing special. But this is your slow heal that's effective. It's good with mana. As you can see, it costs the exact same, or heals for the exact same as Healing Surge. The only difference is Healing Surge costs a little more than twice as much, but the cast time is just about 1 second lower. So if you need to get a big heal off real quick, boom. If you need to get a regular heal off, there you go. Okay, Healing Rain. Healing Rain makes a return. Same thing, animation hasn't changed. Boom. This heals for 24,255 health to up to 6 allies over 10 seconds. And now we still have Purify Spirit. I showed you Voodoo Totem. Boom. that's the animation for that. That's going to hex anything that gets too close. I think that's useful. I like it. AoE CC for maybe mythic dungeons and stuff. That could be super useful. And of course, Wind Shear makes its returns on 12-second cooldown. I'm going to run around here really quickly. Oh, also Water Walking, Astral Recall as well. You can see them over here. I do want to run around for just a second. I'll talk for a few more minutes to see if I can find the damage dummies. There's supposed to be some damage dummies in here that we can hit, so that I can show you the spell animations. I know you saw them while we were actually doing the scenario, but I'd like to be able to show you our damaging abilities. Is this it? No, this is not. I wonder if it's actually here. It must be. It must be, and I'm just missing it. Let's see where these guys are going. I'm gonna follow you, friend. You've been here before. Or not. Goodbye. What's up here? This is the little mini-game thing that we were talking about with the Puzzle Master. Maybe it's out here? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. This is where we did the original. Haha! We found the damage dummies. This is what we were looking for. So we can test and show our animations. These are only 110, as you can see. There's usually in some of the other... There they are, the 100 dummies. Couldn't see them, they were kind of hidden in the darkness of this zone that we're in. What is that? Nope, nothing in particular. Okay, so we'll take a look at some of these animations as well. We have Flame Shock, which continues to be a staple. Sears the target with fire, causing 12,747 fire damage, and then an additional 50,000 fire damage over 21 seconds. You can see just a little bit, I think, of an animation change there. By the way, if you are running this on Ultra, you'll probably see it a little better than me. I am running this a little bit dumbed down because my graphics card is not the best. But you can see here we still have Lava Burst, a 1920 mana cost, 8 seconds on the recharge, and its instant cast. It will hit for 21,721. Will always critically strike if Lava Burst is on the target. As you can see, we dropped that off. There we go. Sounds a little bit different. I like the animation sound changes. You can hear with lightning bolt, the crackling lightning hitting for 20,759. Sounds pretty cool. Chain Lightning, which I haven't cast yet, does not have any sound changes. It sounds the same. Hopefully, maybe they'll upgrade that too, because I know they've upgraded the sound for Lightning Bolt. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. There's a pet over here. And there's Agra. Okay, guys. We went through all of our talents, all of our abilities. Oh, I do want to show one more thing. I did forget to show this at the beginning of the video, so I do apologize. But let's take a look at our passives that are baseline now. Lava Surge. Our Flame Shock damage over time has a 15% chance to reset the remaining cooldown on Lava Burst and cause your next Lava Burst to be instant. We saw that triggering there. It triggers quite a bit from the looks of it too. Our Mastery is Deep Healing, increasing healing from your spells by up to 55% based on the current health of your target. Lower health targets are healed for more. Reincarnation, of course, is a passive. We saw when we used that earlier, but this can only be triggered once every 30 minutes. We have Resurgence as a new passive. Your direct heal criticals refund a percentage of your maximum mana, 1% from Healing Wave, 0.6% from Healing Surge or Riptide, and 0.25% from Chain Heal. And of course we have Tidal Waves. Casting Chain Heal or Riptide reduces the cast time of your next Healing Wave by 30%, or increases the critical effect chance of your next Healing Surge by 40%, and it stacks up to 2 times. So, as you can see, boom, 2 stacks of Tidal Wave, and then our Healing Surge, crit 69,000, there you go. So, Guys, that is everything I did want to show you today here in this video. We did get a chance to look at the class hall and some of the cool things that we can do with our class hall. We looked at our abilities, we looked at the scenario, and we got a good look at the artifact weapon. If you did enjoy the video, please leave me a like. You can leave a comment too. If you have any questions, I am more than willing to answer any of them. I'll come on and try and find out the answer to your question, and if I can't, I will go and try and find a more skilled shaman who can answer that question, and then I will relay that information to you. Again, thank you guys for joining me for the video. You have a wonderful day or evening, depending on where you are in the world, and I hope to see you in the next video.